Hey, what's up everybody? It's the People's Crypto. I'm back again with another video. We have some interesting new developments in the cryptocurrency space, but before we dive in, please keep in mind that this video is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research and please seek out a financial advisor with a background in cryptocurrencies or digital assets. Our first story is titled Bitcoin Businesses on the Mend. Report shows 57% of crypto execs expect the industry to accelerate. Companies are hiring. Goes on to say Digital Currency Group, DCG, which is the parent company of Grayscale Investments, recently published the firm's State of Crypto 2020 report, which polls more than 150 portfolio crypto companies. According to the study, 75% of respondents believe the value of their business has grown this year, while 50% of the startups have seen outperforming start of year projections. I'm going to just put this out there. There's a tremendous opportunity to land jobs in this emerging asset class. And it is completely insane because at this time, almost all universities do not have any courses on blockchain and digital assets. You may find some that do have a couple courses, but there's no degrees or anything like that of that nature yet for people to earn to get into this industry. So interestingly enough, you can actually take blockchain courses online. I believe Ivan on Tech and a couple other influencers have their own blockchain academies where you can learn about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and multiple other cryptocurrencies, and it goes deep in detail. And once you earn these certificates, you can actually put this on your LinkedIn profile, or you could put it on your resume. And just like how it states in this article, companies are hiring, and your return on investment would be relatively high, because I think most of these blockchain academies or these certificates that are given to people online, usually the courses range anywhere, I think, from $600 to maybe $1,200, and that's completely cheap compared to what people are paying for education in various universities and colleges. So just keep that in mind. There's a bunch of opportunity in this new emerging asset class. It hasn't gotten mainstream yet, but we see the adoption happening. You see PayPal getting into the space. You see other large companies buying up other crypto companies. You see them buying Bitcoin. You see them getting into Ethereum or developing on Ethereum. There's just a ton of opportunity in this new emerging asset class. It has not gotten mainstream yet because you have not probably heard friends or family members reaching out to you or talking about it over the dinner table, but that is going to change as time passes. Eventually it will get mainstream, and get in now while you still can, in terms of learning about blockchain and crypto assets, because this education is extremely cheap to get now. When it's offered in these major universities and colleges, probably it's going to run you anywhere from $100,000 to potentially even more money than that. That's if the college bubble doesn't burst, but it probably will, so things will change. But it's a very unique opportunity if you're looking to change careers, or if you're looking to earn more money, or even jump into crypto full time. If you have a passion for this industry, I would highly suggest taking a look at that. We're going to take a look at our next story. It says Grayscale adds 300 million in cryptocurrency assets under management in just 24 hours. It says Grayscale Investments says Thursday that it added 300 million in net assets under management in just the last 24 hours. It says the firm now has a record 7.3 billion in total assets under management, according to a tweet by Barry Shelbert, the chief executive officer of Digital Currency Group, Grayscale's parent company. It says the biggest daily increases were reported in the Litecoin Trust, whose value rose 8% to 34.3 million. It says the Bitcoin Trust remains Grayscale's biggest portfolio, inching 4% to 6 billion. The Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash Trust rose 4.9 and 4.6 respectively. Others gained 2% and 6%. It says Grayscale profited from surging institutional interest in Bitcoin. PayPal's unexpected dive into the crypto this week appears to have lit the markets up, and it really has, which is cool because people are making money, or they're seeing a increase in the value of their digital assets. It says the announcement pushed the price of Bitcoin above 13,000 on Wednesday, a 2020 high, and so with its Grayscale trust valuations. It says the 300 million Grayscale added represents a significant increase over the 1.5 billion in investments that it amassed over a whole 90-day period during the third quarter of 2020. And that is absolutely insane. It says as corporate interest in Bitcoin continues to increase, institutional investor-focused entities like Grayscale are also expected to continue to experience immense growth. But that just goes to show you this is an emerging asset class, and companies like Grayscale, now we have PayPal, and many other companies are going to FOMO into the market. That's just good news for Bitcoin and this entirely new asset class as a whole. We're going to see a bull run of epic proportions. You just have to be extremely patient, but it is coming. Let's take a look at our next story. It says 8 countries stricken with rampant inflation sees Bitcoin prices touch all-time highs. It says the price of Bitcoin touched new highs in 2020. A number of supporters are optimistic that the crypto asset's value will drive higher. In addition to this year's Bitcoin price high, around 8 different countries have seen Bitcoin touch all-time highs in their local currency. The Bitcoin all-time highs in these currencies show how rampant inflation has ravaged these currencies a great deal during the last year. And the 8 countries it talks about, we have Brazil, Turkey, Argentina, Sudan, Angola, Venezuela, Zambia, Russia, Colombia, and a bunch of other fiat currencies. But this just goes to show you that these countries' fiat is absolutely trash. Now they want to roll out these central bank digital currencies to somewhat compete with the decentralized cryptos that we have, but unfortunately it's probably not going to work. And these CBDCs are just ways to control, tax, and monitor what people are doing with their funds. I personally don't think it's a good idea, but unfortunately people who don't get into the cryptocurrency space now, they're going to be forced into these central bank digital currencies. And I think maybe hopefully by then they'll realize the benefits of Bitcoin and the other digital assets by then. But by that time, Bitcoin and the other digital assets will probably be extremely expensive. So if you're employed and you still have the opportunity to buy Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, consider yourself extremely lucky, because we're probably going to go to astronomical prices maybe in a year or so. Let's take a look at our next story. It says Russian public officials must now declare their crypto holdings as income. It says public officials in Russia will now be required to declare all crypto assets they hold as income. The measures are this is written so weird. It says it's supposed to say the measures are supposed to take effect January 1st, 21st. A local media report says Russia's Prosecutor General Igor Krasnov declared starting next year, civil servants will be required to declare virtual currencies on an equal basis with other assets. Krasnov said this on October 20th while speaking at a corruption meeting involving 15 other prosecutor generals from the Shanghai Corporation Organization, SCO, member states, and elsewhere. But this just goes to show you that they're paying a very close attention to, cryptocurrencies and digital assets. They are really trying to figure out who holds what and, have them declare these things as income so to potentially maybe tax them if they're looking to cash out into their local fiat. So that's just extremely interesting, and that's just positive news that they're just taking cryptocurrencies and digital assets more seriously. Let's take a look at our next story. It says Bitcoin price rise to 500K is inevitable, Winklevoss twin says. They said that the real adoption of the asset class hasn't even started. Gemini crypto exchange founders Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss said that Bitcoin will eventually hit 500,000 per coin during a recent interview with podcast host Peter McCormick And I quote, it says, "The question on our mind is not so much does it get to 500,000, but how quickly," Tyler told McCormick during the October 23rd podcast episode. His thesis takes the market cap of gold and theoretical central bank allocation into consideration. And I quote, it says, "I would sort of contend that $500,000 Bitcoin is actually pretty conservative and the game hasn't even really started," end quote, Cameron noted. And that is just insane. We've had many people come out. The most notable is Plan B with his chart indicates that Bitcoin is supposed to hit, I think, like 100,000 towards the end of next year. And then eventually he said it hits 1 million. And then he doesn't really get into too much details because he said the price that it goes up to gets completely insane. And he just doesn't disclose what that is. However, I think the people that are close to him, he's probably disclosed that too. And I even think Fidelity has come out and even confirmed that his chart on the future price prediction of Bitcoin is accurate. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people in the community, in the crypto community, don't believe it. And then you have some people that do believe it. However, I'm a believer in the Plan B chart. And I do believe we will hit these astronomical prices in the near future. You just have to be patient because right now I think we're going from 12,000 to 13,000. We're going to trade sideways for a bit and then we're going to go up to probably 14, 15, and 16. But usually this happens in a sideways pattern. For how long, I don't know, but that's usually what happens with Bitcoin. If you've been in this space for at least more than a year or so, you'll see that we trade sideways for a little bit. We might dip a little bit and then we go shoot back up and then we trade sideways. That's just the nature of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. But you just have to be patient. But if 500K is inevitable, I am all here for it. And, it's just a matter of being patient. Let's take a look at the current cryptocurrency prices. I have to refresh this because I know it's not 12,000. Let's see. We are looking at, that's more like it. We are looking at 13,080.32 for Bitcoin. Ethereum is 409.49. Tether is $1. XRP is 26 cents. Bitcoin Cash is $247.20. Chainlink is $12.70. Binance Coin is $30.50. Polkadot is $4.32. Litecoin is $58.79. Cardano is 11 cents. That's going to wrap it up for the top 10 cryptocurrencies. If you like this video, please hit the like button on YouTube, hit the share button, and also hit the notification button if you're listening on Odyssey or LBRY. Please repost the video, hit that fire button on Flote. I was about to say Odyssey. Hit the fire button on Odyssey. And I'm also now on another platform called BitLink. I'll leave the description for that. Well, I'll leave the link for that website in the description below. That's going to wrap it up for this video. Thanks for listening, and I will see you guys and gals later.